In today's exclusive Amazing Tech Trends breakdown, we're diving deep into Apple's entire lineup of MacBook Air models, from the game-changing M1 all the way to the newly released M4. If you're thinking of buying one of these laptops in 2025, this is the ultimate comparison to help you decide exactly which MacBook Air suits your needs, your workflow, and most importantly, your budget. While Apple's chip evolution has been exciting to watch, the real question is, which MacBook Air actually makes the most sense for buyers today? Can you still rely on the M1 in 2025? Or does the newer M4 offer something genuinely transformative? We've spent weeks testing all four devices across real-world workflows, from creative work to everyday use, to give you the most comprehensive, no-nonsense analysis possible. Let's get started. The pricing landscape in 2025. Let's kick things off with pricing, because that's what usually sets the tone for your buying decision. Despite being nearly half a decade old, the M1 MacBook Air is still available brand new from certain retailers, especially in the US and India. At just $649, or around 60,000 Indian rupees, it remains a budget-friendly gateway into the Apple ecosystem. The real GPU shift came with M3. Apple redesigned the GPU architecture, and that's where ray tracing and mesh shading support started appearing. This allowed the M3 to deliver around 25% faster performance than M2 in complex 3D rendering tasks. Then came the M4, which brought a modest but noticeable 10% lead over the M3 in the same workflows. Gaming on a MacBook Air might not be common, but in case you're curious, the M4 handles modern AAA titles like Resident Evil 4 noticeably better than its predecessors. Thermals and power efficiency, the coolest Air yet. When it comes to thermals, Apple's new 3nm chips, M3 and M4, outclass the older 5nm-based M1 and M2. But there's a critical difference. The M4 uses TSMC's more advanced N3E process, making it not only faster but more efficient than the M3. In sustained workloads, the M4 MacBook Air ran significantly cooler and consumed less power than even the M2, despite being more powerful. This is a big win for those who value fanless design but hate thermal throttling. In longer benchmarking sessions, the M4 consistently showed lower CPU temperatures and sipped less battery, meaning better performance per watt. AI performance is finally taking off. One standout feature of the M4 chip is its neural engine. Apple has clearly prioritized AI going forward, and the M4 delivers more than double the neural performance of the M3 and triple that of the M1. If you're dabbling in on-device machine learning or using creative AI tools like image generation, speech transcription, or even testing local LLMs like DeepSeek's R1, the M4 is the clear choice. While real-world gains vary depending on optimization, M4 is the most future-proof option here. Design differences. Tapered versus flat, modern versus classic. Now let's shift from internals to externals. The M1 MacBook Air retains Apple's iconic wedge-shaped design, thin at the front, thick at the back. Starting with the M2, Apple flattened the MacBook Air and aligned it visually with the MacBook Pro's squared-off aesthetic. The M2, M3, and M4 all look nearly identical, clean, symmetrical, and modern. But only the M4 offers full Thunderbolt 4 support on both USB-C ports, enabling dual 6K 60Hz external display connectivity. The M1 and M2 support just one external monitor, while the M3 adds support for two, but only with the lid closed. It's a subtle yet important advantage for M4 owners, especially creatives or financial professionals who need multiple screens. Webcam and video calls, minor but meaningful gains. Apple gave its webcam a bump with the M2 Air, jumping to 1080p. But the M4 Air expands this further with software-enhanced features like Center Stage, which keeps you in the frame during movement, and Desk View, which simulates an overhead view of your workspace, perfect for teachers, presenters, and remote workers. Keyboard, trackpad, and speakers. Small tweaks, same excellence. Apple hasn't changed the typing experience much in years, and for good reason. The keyboard remains one of the best in its class. The M2 introduced full-height function keys, a nice usability touch, but otherwise it's status quo. Trackpads across all models are identical, responsive, large, and a joy to use. Speakers saw a meaningful upgrade in the M2, getting louder and clearer compared to M1. But since then, the M3 and M4 haven't pushed the envelope. The four-speaker setup remains solid but unchanged, leaving audiophiles wanting more. Display quality. Still great, still 60 Hz. If you were hoping for promotion on the Air, you'll have to keep hoping. All MacBook Air models still top out at 60 Hz. That said, Apple's Retina IPS displays are among the best 60 Hz panels available. The M2 and later models offer slimmer bezels, a webcam notch, and higher brightness, 500 nits versus 400 nits on the M1. But color accuracy and resolution remain constant across the board. All four models offer near-perfect sRGB and P3 coverage, making them excellent for photo editing, design, and media consumption. Battery life close, but M4 wins on efficiency. Apple officially claims up to 15 hours of wireless web browsing on all models. In our tests, we played a local 4K video at 200 nits on all four MacBook Airs, and the M4 showed the best endurance, followed closely by M2 and M3. The M1 trailed due to its smaller battery. While all models are good enough for a day of moderate use, the M4's efficiency makes it ideal for users who want reliable performance without carrying a charger. So which one should you buy in 2025? It depends entirely on your needs. If you're on a tight budget, the M1 MacBook Air is still relevant in 2025 for students, writers, and light users. It's unbeatable for the price. For a balance of price and performance, the M2 MacBook Air hits the sweet spot. It brings modern design and solid upgrades without breaking the bank. The M3 MacBook Air is a bit of an in-between great performance and modern features, but overshadowed by the leap in efficiency and AI capabilities of the M4. If you want the best MacBook Air experience in 2025, it's got to be the M4 MacBook Air. It brings future-proof performance, better thermals, Thunderbolt 4 support, and enhanced AI features that position it well for the next few years. Conclusion: each MacBook Air has its own strengths, and no one-size-fits-all